You're wondering and looking for answers when it comes to change your self-image. Maybe you look and searched on Google. Maybe you watch videos on YouTube. Maybe you listen to podcasts. But for some reason, you are still not aware and you still haven't come up with an answer and a real tangible way on how to change your self-image. If you stick till the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you my personal story and how I did it and what I applied in my life to completely change my self-image. And I'm gonna tell you in 1 second. Boom! Hi there, my name is Nadio and help people become aware of their potential. Guys, today we're gonna talk about self-image. First of all, why it's so hard to change. Why it's so hard to change, especially when it comes to your self-image. The simplest answer is because we are too attached to the past. We are looking for everything that happened and we take everything that happened to reinforce our current identity, our current self-image. If you say, I'm shy, and then you keep repeating this to yourself, the reality is that sooner or later you become shy. And when you try to change that language, it's not comfortable to you because you now have been kept repeating to yourself and you have been kept looking for evidences about why you're shy, right? That's why it's so hard to change. Because if I tell you that right now, right here, you are able to take different choices that will lead you to different results. And maybe in this moment, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's right. But then when you start to apply and to think in a different way, then you start to think about all the things that happened in your past. Now, the first thing first, to change that and to change your self-image, and I'm gonna share with you the story, my story, when I was an accountant, and then I completely changed my self-image, and now I'm a coach and a YouTuber now, because I'm making YouTube videos every day. So I had to change the self-image of myself from being an accountant to a YouTuber, a coach. And being a YouTuber, what a YouTuber does? Makes video. So I decided to make 5 videos every week for 6 months straight. So this is a new identity. This is a new self-image that I created for myself. And I'm gonna share with you how I did it. So it's just 3 simple steps. First of all, you have to become aware of everything around you. And by that, I mean, maybe you have an identity right now and you think you're shy. And the self-image of yourself, the way you see yourself is as a shy person, okay? The first thing is to become aware of your experiences, your past, what other people have been telling you, and most importantly, what you keep repeating to yourself. And if you are at this point today that you consider yourself shy, and when you look yourself in the mirror, you see a shy person. You think you're shy, and most probably it happens often that you say, I am shy. So everything that happened before this day led you to this conclusion, to this perception of yourself. Now, once you become aware of everything that happened, now you are able to observe everything that happened and come to a conclusion. And once you become aware, especially of your self-talk, that's one of the most important things. Sometimes maybe it's people that told us something to us. Maybe they told us once, but then we took these words and then we start repeating these words in our mind and then became our reality. Maybe it happened, I don't know, when you were 5 years old, that someone told you that you were shy, or maybe it was 12 years old or 20 years old. And once you take that and you repeat it to yourself, it becomes your reality, because thoughts create reality. So if you want to change your self-image, the first thing is to become aware of past experiences, what other people say, and especially what you keep saying, you keep repeating to yourself. That's the first thing. The second thing, and probably is the most difficult one, but I promise, if you do this, changing your self-image is gonna become so easy. The second thing to do is to let go. Let go of the past so you can create new thoughts from now on. And Einstein said it's foolish to do the same things over and over and over again and expect different results. And to change your self-image is completely the same thing. You cannot expect to have the same results and do the same things and wish to change your self-image, to become someone else. So let go of everything that happened. It's called past. There is a reason because it's called past. Because it's gone, it's done, boom. Okay, you can take something that is reinforcing this new way, these new thoughts that you have. Maybe you can think about experiences and times when you were confident, when you were enthusiastic, or maybe every emotion that you want to feel from now on, the perception of how you want to see yourself from now on. You can take that if you want from the past, but just so you know, forget everything from the past. In this way, you are letting go of the past, you are detaching from everything that happened, and now you are creating more space to the new. The third thing that you can do is to feel. And this is also one of the most important things. Actually, if you combine awareness, detachment, and feelings, that's, I think, the most powerful combination that you can apply if you want to change your self-image. Now, by feeling, I mean, you have to understand that the person that you are right now is not the person that you want to be. I mean, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to find a way, you want to understand how you can change your self-image. And I'm telling you that it's totally possible if you do these three things. Become aware, let go of the past, and feel like you would feel as you already changed your self-image. Maybe you're right here, right now, and let's say you became aware of everything that is surrounding you, the way you talk to yourself, the experience that you had, and everything in your life. Then you let go of the past, and you see that, and you let go of everything that is not serving you right now. The third thing is probably, if you're right here, then you want to become someone else, or maybe you want to change your self-image. And understand that if you keep thinking and doing and acting in the same way that you are feeling right now, you are doing right now, you are acting right now, you will never go to the person that you want to be. Because between you and the person that you want to be, there is a gap, there is a void here, and there is a lot of things that you have to figure it out. But once you apply the first two steps, the third one is that you have to work with the invisible. There are some laws of the universe that are invisible, but we cannot break these laws. And if you want to change your self-image, then you have to start to think, feel, and act in a different way. And once you do that, then you cover all the gap that there is between you right now and the person that you want to be, and then you can become that person. But sometimes it's hard because we don't see the person that we want to be. So sometimes it's hard because it's not real, it's not in front of us. But if you're watching my videos, you know that I repeat this often, that the mind doesn't know the difference between something that is real and something that is vividly imagined. And thanks to this, we can trick the mind, and then we can feel right now how we want to feel in the future. And by doing this, we are somehow closing this gap, we are closing this void, and we are tricking the mind, and we are feeling the same emotions that we want to feel in the future. We want to feel it right now. We're gonna feel it right now. And if you embody these emotions, if you make these emotions, make these feelings real, know that it is not, you don't have to do this by thinking, okay, maybe one day I'm gonna feel this. Because if you say one day, then it's something that you always gonna see somewhere. You don't know where, but it's gonna be, yeah, maybe someday. But bring those emotions in the present moment. Bring those emotions in the here and now, and then start to feel these emotions. You're gonna realize that by doing this, you're gonna raise your vibrations. You're gonna raise your frequencies, and you start to feel like the person you want to be. And once you do that, you are changing your thinking. You are changing probably the way you do things, and you're changing the way how you act. And once you do this, you are practically shifting from the old identity that is probably the identity that you have right now into a completely new self-image, in a completely new identity. So by closing this gap, you are feeling right now, and you are experiencing this thing in your life, this new self-image in your life that you wish to have. And this is the 3 steps that I applied in my life when I was an accountant. So back then, it was a few years ago, but what I did, I became aware of the words that I used to say to myself. And at the time, of course, I used to say, I am an accountant. I have a 9-to-5 job. And this was a pattern that I was repeating to myself. And of course, my identity was that I was an accountant. But then I started to become aware of the language that I used with myself. I started to understand myself more, and I understood that I didn't want to be an accountant for the rest of my life. I totally respect accountants, and just the fact that it's not my call. It's not the thing that I love to do in my life. And it took me 8 years before to quit my job, but there was a process that I went through, and I became aware first of the words that I was using with myself, the things that I was doing, the past experiences. I became aware. I was not taking that for real. I was not judging them. I was just observing and taking those informations. And then I realized that the words that follow the words I am will follow you. And so if I used to say I'm an accountant, of course that became the image that I had of myself. That became my identity. The second thing I had to do, it was to let go of the past, let go of all the experiences, the degree and the work and everything, because that was not my goal. So I started to make these changes in my mind by thought and feeling first. And then I quit my job, and I did that because during the process I was already feeling like I was not an accountant anymore. And I felt that I had to change something. So I became aware, I let go of the past and everybody, whatever people they were saying, and even if my old self, my old identity was there to tell me, what are you doing? You're quitting a safe job, the stable job. And then I had to feel like I was a completely new person. And that's the way how I changed my self-image. Now, last thing I want to touch is that sometimes we try to change things from the matter. And you know that energy is everything. So sometimes we try to change things from looking at the small things. I'll try to explain myself better. Once we change matter with matter, what happens is that, yeah, maybe we have few changes here and there, but there is not this big explosion of feelings, of emotions. There is not this big explosion of change. Once we understand that and we start to align our body with our mind and our soul, then we can really see that magic happen. And I was trying to change my reality and my identity and my self-image from the body, until I became aware that huge and big and major changes comes from when we work with the energy. I started to tap in this energy field, and I started to realize that if I wanted to change, I couldn't change it from matter. I had to, and from the body, I have to change it from this energy field that we all have around us. And once you do that, I promise that you're literally gonna see the old version of yourself, and you are observing your old version of yourself. And by doing that, you have so much power and so much energy that you feel aligned, and then you're gonna change that because it's not you anymore. Now you are a new version of you. You see yourself in a different way. You have a completely different perception because now you are tapping into your state of being. And in the end, it's just a choice, because you can be, do, and have anything you want in your life. Bye. Boo! Oh, I almost forgot. Guys, if you liked the video, please let me know in the comments if this was valuable to you. And also, if you have some specific topic, or maybe you want me to talk about something that you think is important, let me know always in the comments, because I would be more than happy to release a new video that is providing value to you. With that said, guys, if you also subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I would be really happy, and I would really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day. Ciao, ciao.